Okay, welcome everyone. So nice to see many of you here, some of you returning, some of you new. This practice tonight is an opportunity to tune deeply into ourselves and connect in with our heart, with our womb, with our body. And this week in particular is quite special because we have the new moon and also Earth Day this Wednesday. So I love for this practice to also be an opportunity to use that energy to release anything you want to leave behind, maybe plant some new seeds or intentions, and think about your gratitude for this amazing planet that we get to live on. So we'll start in a comfortable seated meditation. If you prefer to lie down, you're welcome to just get comfortable. And I'll invite you to ground into your breath. Let's all just exhale the air fully. Take a deep breath in and exhale through the mouth. Inhale, deep breath in. And exhale it out. One more deep inhale. And exhale. And then just begin to tune into the natural rhythm of your breath. Notice your heart, your solar plexus, and your belly. See if you can soften. Notice any places in the body that are feeling more tight. Bring your breath and release. Invite you to bring your awareness into your heart and just see, is there anything that I want to hold as an intention for my practice today? Anything I wish to let go of or leave behind? Anything I wish to embody more fully? Bring some gentle awareness to the fingers and the toes. If you're lying down, you can slowly make your way back up into a seat. And if you're in a seat, you can gently open your eyes. And we'll stretch our arms all the way up to the sky, just scooping that energy above the head. And then let's just lean over to the right, and to the left. Just follow your body and your breath. Inhale, reach up to the sky, and then exhale, slowly lower the fingertips to the earth. You can come forward into a tabletop position on your mat, hands and knees. Spread the fingers nice and wide, line up the wrist creases with the front edge of the mat. And with an inhale, we'll round the spine, release the head. And then with an exhale, we'll open up the heart, Inhale, lift and round. Exhale, release and open. Inhale, round. Exhale, open. Relax the jaw, relax the eyes. And then we'll keep the hips high, but lower the heart down to the earth. Stretch out the arms. And just allow the back of the heart to melt. You can either bring your chin, your forehead, or your sternum down to the earth. And keeping the hips high above the knees. And take your time to slowly come on up. To find a comfortable seat again. We'll go into our first yin pose. Yin yoga is an opportunity to deeply stretch. So we'll stretch the right leg out nice and long. You can bring the sole of the foot to the inseam of the leg. This is Janu Shirshasana. And we'll begin to find that stretch up the inside of the leg. So you can just turn your torso towards your toes, towards your extended leg. Reach the arms up to the sky. And you can start with engaging the muscles of the legs just to get nice and active and engaged and grounded into the pose. And then on your exhale, bow forward. And then this is a nice spot. If you have any props, a pillow or a block, you can take your pillow or your bolster and just get it nice and comfy on your leg. And then I like to take a block right on top of that and rest the forehead down. If you have sensitive knees, it can be nice to put a little bit of support under the knee. A rolled up blanket or a pillow if you have. But once you settle into the pose, you can begin to soften all the muscles and just relax into it. Relax the jaw, relax the eyes. Relax the back of the neck. So in yin yoga, we hold the poses longer, anywhere from 3 to 5 to 10, sometimes even 15, 20 minutes. And what this does is it provides an opportunity for us to stretch a little deeper. When the muscles are soft and relaxed, we begin to have access to the connective tissues, all the ligaments that join the bones. And those really require patience and a little more time to begin to open up. And when we hold these poses, we actually really bring more life force, more juice, more energy into those joints and those connective tissues. And it can really help us to be more limber in our lives and to have just a sense of health and mobility in our joints as we age. But it's also really important not to stretch beyond our limits. We need to be deeply listening in order to find, okay, where is that edge? Maybe I even want to back off a little bit, breathe into it, and listen for when there's more space to go a little deeper. If you're feeling any sharp pain, that's something to notice and to avoid and to back off. But if you're feeling just the discomfort of a deep stretch, that's normal. It means you're working up to that edge. And this practice is an opportunity to be with everything just as it is. This is an opportunity to cultivate patience. And I think that's something we could all use right now. We don't know how long we'll be in our homes. We don't know how long or if things will return to normal. We may have resistance, stories, and clinging to the past. And this is an opportunity to let go. And even if it's just for this 1 hour, can I accept everything in my life, everything in my body, everything around me, just as it is? No need to fix or change. Listen to the sound of your breath. And simply be. And as we step into this week, honoring our Mother Earth, there's so much that we could get down about or depressed about around what's happening with our Earth. And can we find a deeper faith and a trust in whatever we don't know, that unknown? And can we trust and have that with patience, knowing that there are so many possibilities and there are so many good things happening for our planet, people that are leading this change, creating organizations, starting gardens, honoring the earth. The new generations that are coming in are so wise. Even just with that, thinking about what is going to change on our planet. Remembering hope. Remembering all great things take time. Can I just be in this pose with my breath, without the distractions of checking our phones or making dinner, or all the things that are calling our attention 24 hours a day? Can I let that go now? See if there's a little more space to go deeper into the pose. Breathing in, I allow myself to be exactly as I am. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. Breathing out, I send compassion, loving awareness to every cell of my body. We'll be here a few more breaths. Notice any urge to move or to change. And just sit with that. Three more breaths, full presence. As you're ready, you can begin to press away from that pose. We'll turn our navel towards our bent knee and then side body stretch open. We'll just hold this for 2 more breaths. Willingness to just be with whatever we feel in our side body. Inhale, rise. Slowly, with awareness, we'll switch legs. Find that comfortable position. You can start by activating the muscles of the legs. Turn the navel towards the foot. Reach the arms up. Exhale. Fold. And then grab your props, whatever you need here. Get cozy. We'll be here for a little bit. Simply be with your breath. Soft jaw, soft eyes. Patience and trust. And notice the mind. Notice the thoughts that come in and that try to pull your attention Bring it back into the body, into the breath. Nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Can I take up even more residence inside my body? My hips, my side body, the back of the heart. Finding that stretch all the way up, around the back, around the top of the head to the eyebrows. Letting go. As we gain more comfort being with the discomfort, we learn a new way to approach life. As I think, as we all know, this life has its moments of suffering. And we can see those as opportunities to grow. Rather than react to them or run away from them, we can just be willing to stand strong in our center, to notice our breath, to be with discomfort, to remember impermanence, to be with all of our growing edges. And we begin to experience that cellularly in our body, that direct experience, that willingness to be with things just as they are, which can bring so much greater ease as we navigate our challenges. Let's hold this for 3 more breaths. Inhale, slowly press away. We'll turn our navel towards our bent knee, and then side body, stretch open, reach out. Bring your gaze up underneath your arm. 2 more breaths. And slowly, slowly release. Having mindfulness even with the transitions between the poses. We'll draw that leg back in. Take a moment to notice the sides of the hips, the lower back. Listen to the sound of your breath. Then we'll bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide apart. Butterfly pose. You can place your thumbs on the soles of the feet. Give yourself a little massage. Inhale, find a nice open heart, and then exhale, fold forward. Release. So this one again can be a nice one to prop up your head. If you have a block, you can put it under your forehead or maybe just a pillow. Soften the jaw, soften the eyes. And bring your full awareness back into your body. Notice the places that are feeling tight, that need a little more attention. Can you bring your full awareness to them without running away, without disassociating or distracting, but just simply being there with your breath? This is your time to be with yourself. As the thoughts come in, remember your body. Remember your hips, the inner corners of the thighs, the inner groin, the lower back, the back of the heart. Long, deep inhales and exhales, all the way down to your root chakra, the base of the pelvis. Remember your breath, allowing yourself maybe to go even a little deeper. Let's do 3 more long, deep breaths. When you're ready, you can gently press up. We'll place one hand on the outside of each knee, drawing the legs together. Take a comfortable seat and just notice. Allow your breath to move all the way down to your hips and your sitting bones. And with each inhale, grow a little taller. Shoulder blades rest down the back. Gently open the eyes in our next pose. Be the frog pose. We'll get even a little deeper into the inseams of the legs and working with that liver meridian. So I'll demonstrate how that looks. We bring the knees wide away from each other and we line up the ankles with the knees and the feet turn out. You can see that. And then allow the knees to go wide apart. And then here you might want to grab your pillow or some support, rest your elbows, and then just breathe into the pose. Keeping the heels and the ankles nice and wide as the knees. Soften the heart. Breathe into the depth of that stretch. And so this one invites us to be very aware of our bodies. It can be quite an intense stretch. So if you feel like it's too much, definitely listen to your body. You can back off. And it's our opportunity to just be in that uncomfortable place. Be in the mystery, be in that unknown. Can you use your breath? Send it to all the places that are feeling tight and uncomfortable. And allow your breath to begin to open up more space. Long, deep inhales and exhales. This is another really beautiful opportunity to be in your prayer. What prayers are you holding for our earth? What are you holding for the ones you love? What could a rebirth look like in your life? What was already not really working before all of this happened? And what is the opportunity to begin anew? If there's anything you've been grasping onto or holding really tight, see if you can let that go here with the breath. We open in the hips, be especially aware of the jaw. If anything has been tightening in there, let it go. And again, bring your awareness back into the depths. Do 3 more breaths here. And then take your time. Slowly press up and away. You can move aside your props. And let's sit so that the toes are curled under. And get a stretch on the bottoms of the feet. Sitting back on the heels. Soften the eyes closed. And just notice. Slowly release. And for our next pose, we'll do a restorative heart opener. There are a couple ways you can set this up. I have just a meditation cushion here. Some of you might have a bolster at home. You can set something up like this right behind the heart, or you can take a blanket. Another way I like to do this is open up the blanket to that wide rectangle and then roll it up so that it's kind of like a long snake shape. And then you can lay back so that this is right behind your heart, about the level of where a bra strap would be. And then we want the shoulders to be above whatever you have there, the bolster, the blanket. If your head is dropping back, it's also nice to put a little support under the head. So get comfortable, and you can see what feels good for your legs. I like to keep the knees bent and then just bring the feet as wide as the edges of the mat. Knees rest together. And that'll create more space in the lower back. And then with your arms, you can experiment. You can have your arms straight out to either side, or you can have your arms in cactus arms with the elbows bent. And that will really begin to open up all this space here in the front of the heart. And if you have no props at all with you tonight, that's okay. Just lie on your back. You do that same pose with the cactus arms. You're still going to get quite a bit of opening without any prop even behind the heart. Some of you that have blocks, you might prefer to put a block behind the heart. And then for me, I would put a little extra support under the head, keeping the back of the neck long. Breathe into the heart. Stay connected with your breath. How do I feel? do I need? Can I soften into even greater patience? As the thoughts come in, remind yourself to be with your body. That simple gift we can give ourselves, full presence. So we drop into the heart and open our heart. Is there anything that I haven't felt? Anything that has been calling my attention? And when we first started shelter in place in Sonoma County, I could notice my mind going and finding all the ways to stay productive and to keep doing. And I think for a lot of us, the invitation was really, there is an invitation to see how we can slow down and just notice the conditioning of do more, and how sometimes we put our worthiness on that, of having a full schedule, of having a busy day, of accomplishing things, of being productive. And that can be really good for things that we want to create in our lives, but it can also distract us from our emotions and our feelings and what might want to be felt. That often takes the willingness to do nothing so that we can create the space for what we're feeling in our body, what we may be feeling in the emotions. And to remember that your self-worth is inherent within you. It's something that can never be taken away. No matter what happens in the outside circumstances, we have that sense of worthiness, strength, power, inner knowing at our core. Let's be here for 3 more breaths. Slowly, slowly begin to roll to one side. And find your way back into a seat. We'll gently just allow the chin to drop down to the chest. And then slowly roll, drawing the chin towards the shoulder, open the throat, chin to the other shoulder, and down to the chest. And switch directions. Inhale back to center. Soft jaw, soft eyes. This next pose has 2 different options, so I'll show you both and you can decide what feels best for your body. Option 1 is to extend one leg out, and then with your other leg we want to bend the knee and bring the heel just on the outside of the hip. To find a connection with the sits bones to the earth, rotate the inner thighs down to the ground, and then begin to lay back. And so the stretch we're working with here is the front of the thigh and the belly. Some of you might feel comfortable going all the way down. You can also experiment with putting a pillow behind you and breathing there. For some of you, you might be like, no way, not gonna happen with my body. So for anyone that wants a modification, we'll come down onto the belly and bring the forearms parallel to the edge of the mat, the front edge of the mat. And then we'll just bend the right knee, reach around, and get a thigh stretch this way. Yeah, and listen to your body if you need to adjust or do something different. See what your body needs. So this is our half hero, Vira, Ardha Virasana, coming down and back. Stretching the front of the thigh and the whole front body. If you're laying down, you can just rest your palms up to the sky. Notice if any of the muscles are tense. Relax. Let's hold this side for 3 more breaths. Take your time to press the arms, the forearms into the earth. Find your way back up into a seat. You can untuck the leg. In your own time, we'll set up for the other side. Those of you on the belly, a little easier, just bend the other knee and feel into that stretch. If you're going for the full reclining pose, it's also important to think about your femur bones being parallel to each other. We don't want to have our knee splaying all the way out to this side. We want to create that nice structure. So for some of you, you might be feeling a stretch right here. That's fine, you can stay with that. And then some of you will want to go further back. Find that position that works for your body where you're breathing into your edge. Open the front of the body, the front of the thigh. And continue to notice your breath. We'll hold for 3 more breaths. Full awareness on the sensations. Front of the thigh. And then take your time to press away from the earth. Coming all the way up, untucking the leg. We'll extend both legs straight out in front for a forward bend. You can spread your toes nice and wide. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, forward bend. And then just allow the back of the neck to soften down. Allow the muscles in the legs to relax. And again, you might like to grab a block or a pillow just to rest your forehead down to the earth. One more full, long, deep breath. Inhale, slowly come on up. You can gently lay down on your back and cross your right ankle over your left thigh for this figure 4. And then you can place your hands behind your left thigh and just pull that in. But you'll do that laying down. Right ankle and cross over that left knee, that top of the left thigh. And then just breathe into the stretch in the hips. And be fully present with those hips, with that stretch. Remember your breath. Exhale, gently release. And then cross the left ankle over the right knee, hands behind the right thigh. You can flex that foot a little bit. It helps protect the knees. And then pull the leg towards you as you widen your left knee away from you. Breathe into the hip stretch. One more breath. Let it out. You can uncross the legs. We'll come into a supine twist, so extend both arms out wide. And then let's just shift the hips a little bit over to the right and then fold the knees to the left. Soften your gaze over the right shoulder. Supine twist. Inhale the knees back to center, hips back to center. And then just lift the hips, shift them a little bit over to the left, and then knees to the right. Soften the gaze over the left shoulder. Relax, release, let go. Inhale, knees to center, hips to center. And just give both legs a little squeeze into the chest. And then we'll set up for Shavasana, final resting pose. Grab whatever you need to get nice and comfortable. You can lay on your back. You can put a blanket over your body. Whatever you need here, allowing the palms to rest face up. Shavasana allows us to fully integrate all the poses we've done tonight. In our Shavasana, we'll allow our body to become heavy and really feel the support of our earth holding you. Just with so much love, so much forgiveness, so much patience. May we learn from her as a teacher in our lives. And to remember that we always have this foundation of support beneath us. Even when it feels like the ground is falling out beneath our feet, we can just connect. Remember the earth, our grounding, our connection, our roots, and our breath. Just let it all go. reconnect with any intentions, any new seeds, literally or metaphorically, that you wish to plant. Anything that you've chosen to release from this day forward. Allowing this time to be an opportunity for deep rest, for an opportunity to change us, for an opportunity to listen and create the space so that we can create a new earth. Stretch out your arms above your head. You can bend your knees and roll to one side. You can find your way back up into a seat. Send out those prayers with 3 ohms. Let's exhale fully. Take a full deep inhale. Hands to the heart with much gratitude for each of you, for this practice, for this opportunity to still feel a sense of community and to come together in devotion to what's truly important. Remembering, creating the space to be with our body, to be with our hearts, to be with our direct connection to Source. We bow with great reverence. Namaste.